Good afternoon. I'm with the incredible Tony Dunaway, who's going to be teaching all of us how to really use social media to the best potential for us to really gain. Whether you're just telling your story to friends or you want to learn how, or maybe you just want to learn how to do Facebook and Instagram or any of the social media applications better. Whether you're building your business, whatever your purpose is, Tony's going to go through a lot of details today on how to actually do a video and all the techniques involved. So Tony, I thank you so much for giving us this opportunity and this training. You have a lot of great knowledge, and I just want to go ahead and thank you, but go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Stephanie. Appreciate it. I'm gonna talk about what I've been doing, what I've learned to do, and I'm gonna try to keep it simple. So basically what I've done is I'm not a tech genius, so I start from Instagram and I go out from there. So what I do is I use these short videos. Instagram, I learned you can only do like up to 60 seconds on a video. If you go longer than that, it cuts it off, which forces us to keep the video short, which is a good thing. So I make these short videos, might get a point across or uplift people or urge them to watch on another platform where I can do longer. Do a short video. I will always use a filter. Instagram comes with filters, so I'll always use some type of filter so I can change up the look. Then as I do it, I will check Twitter and Facebook as I'm uploading so that it goes across those two platforms as well. Now, when I do that, that's kind of the easy part. Then I put in the text for the hashtags, and this is where you actually get people's attention, because I want the hashtags to be related to the video that I'm actually doing while catching other people, either maybe people in that field or looking for that particular idea at that time, or I'll insert a hashtag of a new group of people that I haven't yet caught before, but the hashtags are what catches them. So we use different hashtags to get different groups of people. So once I upload it and it goes to Instagram and I have people liking it and I have people commenting on it, then I will actually engage with them. Not usually the generic comments like, oh great, thanks, cool, or awesome, or just something quick like that, but I'll give them some kind of genuine thanks for responding or thanks for the whatever comment they left, so that they know I'm actually reading their comment and responding to them. And I'll go to their feed too and leave the same type of comments on what they do. So then I don't personally really get on Twitter, but I upload the stuff to Twitter. But I do get on Facebook a lot. So I'll look at Facebook and see what people are saying there. And if they message me or if they respond to that, I'll respond directly to them to let them know I'm reading what they said and get that conversation going. In this process, I'm sharing me, because last celebration in Vegas, they made a comment, make your life a reality show. So what I'm doing is I'm taking bits and pieces of my life, sharing them in little 60-second or less clips, and putting it out over these platforms. So I'm sharing pieces of me. In this process, I've actually been gaining, especially on Instagram, followers that have 40 and 50,000 followers of their own. And just this morning, I had a chef that has competed on Food Network Chopped has started following me. So it comes down to the hashtags that you're putting out and the message you're putting out. You want to be as real and raw as you can. The benefit of doing these short videos, you can stop it and redo it if it's really that rough. If you stop at 10 seconds in, you think, oh, that one sucked. No problem. Hit stop, redo it. You just don't want to make yourself completely polished, because people need to know you. So then you put them out over Facebook too. It goes out there and people see it there and do the same thing. Now, something else I've done is I've used these short, less than 60-second clips to say, hey, watch my Facebook video today about something I'm sharing from my heart. Then I'll make a 3 or 4 or 5, or today I did a 6-minute video on Facebook, because it's about events that I have just pulled through in my life. So they can look at that. And a couple things I've figured out from this is my wife at work, that it's not just the people that like or that comment that are watching you. My wife at work has had coworkers of hers come up and tell other coworkers, hey, you should really watch the videos her husband does. And I had no idea she was even watching, but yet I'm impacting her with what I'm doing. I've had people between Instagram and Facebook, they will see something I post on Instagram and they will look at the Facebook wall and they will comment on there and tell me how much I'm inspiring them or impacting them. So you never know who is watching, but you will be reaching people. And in this way, we're drawing that much bigger of an audience to us. They are relating to us because of our story, because of what we're going through. They have their own struggles too. So I'm sharing my struggles, but I'm also sharing my triumphs. Even when I'm in the middle of the struggle, I'm finding ways to see my reality as positive. So I try to throw those tips out and say, hey, use this for yourself. Maybe it will help you see your reality as positive as well. And by me doing this, I didn't know it would, but it's impacting them. And in the process, they are more drawn to me, which is what I want, because I want us to lift each other up. So this is how I'm using the social media platforms. The tagging, when you tag, I watch how many, it'll tell you how many posts use that particular hashtag. So I will find a tag that relates to my post, but yet either thousands or even millions of other tags have used it. People have used that tag. So I will even at times break up the word that I wanted to use to catch that many more people's attention, to draw that much bigger of an audience in. These hashtags will also flow over to Facebook too. So it goes across multiple platforms. So be smart with your hashtags. Share you, because believe me, you are the magic. I'm just like you. I'm nothing special, but yet we have the magic in us. Use your magic and let people see who you really are. That's what they want. Stephanie, that's in a nutshell what I do. And I feel like I've left some things out. Maybe I haven't, but people can go, they feel free to come to me and ask me more questions. I'd be happy to help you and to teach you more of what I've done. If I have left anything out here, that's fine. My door's open.
Thank you, Tony. I think you covered so much. You covered everything on the list, and I took several notes, so thank you for that. I appreciate that a lot. I think probably the biggest thing that, even for myself, is just doing it and experimenting and then feeling that comfortable. Because did you feel comfortable when you started these videos and hashtagging and doing the different items?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
Not at all.
Very good. Because I think people want to feel comfortable before they start, and there is no comfortable before you start.
There isn't. I held off for months, and one day in the car, I just figured, you know what? Just make a video and get it done.
Right.
And I had just gone through an experience. I made the video. And when I got to a spot where I could upload it, I did, and I just put it out. The first video had over 100 views within a couple of hours, and that showed me, oh my God, people are looking at me.
People are looking at me. Interesting. And I think that's probably the other subject is people are nervous or not confident about what to put out there. What information are people going to want to watch, and how can they do a video and not feel like they're making a fool of themselves? Can you give some ideas?
Right. That's a really good point. What I've done and what I would suggest is, along with sharing from your heart, because people want to know your life so that they can actually relate to you, because we're all coming from a different point, I also share my personal areas of expertise. For me, I've dove down the rabbit hole of nutrition. I can tell you just about anything about that at this point. So I like to share a lot of that because that is my career. I love that area. So whatever your love is, your passion is, even if you don't know a lot about it right now, learn, dig into it, and every time you make a new discovery, and I did this, every time through my studies I'd make a new discovery, I would make a quick video, 60 seconds or less. Quick video, say, hey, guess what? There's this brand new piece of information. Maybe it can help you. Come to me and talk to me about it more. And I would just throw it out there and see who it clicked with and who it didn't. So throw out whatever your personal passion is.
Right. I've noticed that you do have a lot of followers, and I've been paying attention as to your videos, and your videos are phenomenal. And I appreciate that a lot because it is teaching me to push myself to learn, not necessarily learn more about the product, because we may know a lot about the product. It's pushing ourselves to actually state it out loud and on video, probably more than anything, right?
Right.
Because we know more than we think we know. And it's just that idea of, okay, I'm going to take this little piece of information and share it with the world. And that takes a lot of guts to be able to do that. And then going to live videos where you can't, well, I don't want to say you can't mess up, because of course you can, and I do every time on my own. But that just creates the humor with people, and like you said, to be real and be raw and show your different struggles. And even if the struggles are messing up your words or doing different things, people laugh and they enjoy that. When I was originally beginning in direct sales, I always told people, be quirky when you're doing your presentations. People want to laugh.
Yeah. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, and make fun of yourself, not in a bad way, but when you do something quirky, just again, anything to make them laugh and to show joy and light humor, I think is really important. Let's see, what else I want to ask you. Hashtags. You brought that up, and you brought up how you research hashtags that have been used in the past. Can you give some examples? Because that's another area that I think people think is really a creative way, and if they don't feel like they're creative, they struggle.
Gotcha. What I've learned is that, and this is another reason I love Instagram as the initial platform to upload to, because when I'm getting a video ready to put up on Instagram, I will type the hashtag symbol and then start typing the word. And as I'm starting to type it, I look at what drops down, the choices it gives me, because it will tell me maybe just 1,000 people use this word, or maybe over 2 million people use this word. So then I start looking. It'll take the key, the core of the word I used, and give me different options. Maybe there's, for instance, gym. When I'm at the gym and I'll type GYM and it says gym, or there's another gym with a heart, or another gym life, or it'll give me these different options to tell me how many other people have used each one of those. So I can decide at that point, do I just want to use the plain word gym? Do I want to put a heart with it? Do I want to use gym life? What is the number over here of how many other people are using that particular word? The bigger number I go with, the more people are going to see this. So then I choose which way I want to go. If I'm using health, then it maybe give me health or healthy life. It gives me these different options as I type the word in. So pay attention to the numbers beside it and pick which audience you want to go with.
Great. I love that. And again, we're kind of Robin Hooding hashtags. We're not coming up with our own. We're not really having a need to be that creative. We're using things that are already out there. It's, again, not creating the wheel, or whatever people say. We're not recreating the wheel, right?
Exactly.
So there's my moment. But those are the struggles for people, is what do I say? How do I do it? What do I attach? So you've lined this out for us. It's really super easy. Just do whatever's on your heart, whatever's happening at that moment, whether it's family or making a shake or making dinner or showing a beautiful view or talking about a product or talking about how your body feels with a particular product, or, the list goes on, right?
Yes.
And then in Instagram, it's going to give you ideas of how to hashtag it. So we really shouldn't be afraid.
Right. Bite the bullet. face your fear, because it will not be easy, no matter how much we prepare. That first time, it's like breaking the cherry pop. It's not going to be easy. It's not. Oh, it takes all the strength that you can gather together inside you. You just have to get it done. Do it that first time, and then you'll realize, you know what? I'm actually still here. I'm still living. I'm still breathing and thinking. The world didn't stop. The world's going on. So, yeah, I can do another one. Wow.
Great. And you know, another thing that I have noticed, and you brought it up, but I just want to kind of reiterate this. The more live videos that I have started to do, the different type of followers I'm getting. Just even on my regular posts, not even just the live videos, but I'm noticing more followers and more friends that haven't necessarily been watching or commenting or anything, all of a sudden are starting to. So I'm popping up in their newsfeed and up at the top of theirs. So it's really bringing about a wider audience. And in our business, a lot of times we always feel like, well, I've already tapped out my Facebook friends. I've already tapped out. I've already gone through all the people that I know. This is a great way to really open it up and to give us so many more people that we might be friends with, but we haven't been showing up in their news feeds.
Right.
And with the live videos, you know, the way that do you know how live videos works? Do you want to explain that, of how that shows up on other people's end?
I have done two Facebook Live videos, and yes, you're right. With those two videos, I had people watching those that don't watch my pre-recorded stuff. So yeah, when you're doing that, since you are live, of course, Facebook pops up, says this person is live at this moment. Click on it, and you can join them. So maybe they're not going to take 60 seconds or 5 minutes to sit down and watch something that you posted and put out. But if you're live at that moment, wow, we get actual interaction, maybe. So they will click and see what you got to say at this moment, and they can leave the comments. You can respond directly to them. And a friend of mine from St. Louis, a cinematographer, he joined in one of my Facebook Lives, so I got to communicate with him through that, which isn't normally a communication we get. So that's pretty important avenue too.
Yeah, I like that, and I want to touch on that again. What I have also noticed with the live videos is we're able to reach people. Either they can then watch our videos, or we can watch other people's videos that we're not friends with. So
True.
It's going out to a much larger, somehow you're connected, but you're not actually friends with them. It's not complete strangers. There's a connection. Facebook is very smart. The other thing, how do you feel about when people do start commenting to you? Do you acknowledge them? Do you have these little conversations with people? What's your take on that? Everyone does something a little different.
Right. Good question. I've done a couple of different things with that. If I see a comment that looks like it's just a generic thing, you know, Facebook, Instagram, they all have trash profiles. So if I see something like that, I'll maybe look at what else they've done quickly, and if it looks like they're just, it's not a real person there, I ignore it. But whenever I see a comment that is coming from a genuine person, I will give them a sincere response, and I will even go to their page, look at what they have, like some of what they've done, and comment on what they've done, so that we start that interaction. And I have picked up some people where we have regular conversations going because of that initial response, and we kind of dug into each other's pages. Let me see what this person is all about, and oh wow, I can relate to them in this area too. And so that gets a couple of threads going so that we can actually start a genuine human conversation.
I love that. And I experienced that yesterday myself, and it brought a relationship back up to speed that hasn't been there for about 7 years for myself. And I know he felt the same way, and I felt the same way of, oh, we're connected again. And so now more conversations can happen. But I really honestly believe that conversation or that relationship wouldn't have started again if I wouldn't have done that live video that he caught at that moment.
Yes.
Which was you know, really nothing in particular. I was at a pumpkin patch and I showed a video. But you never know how relationships begin or how they start up again and what connects people. And he may not have even been interested in the pumpkin patch, right? He just saw his
Right.
he hasn't talked to for a long time. He's like, oh, I should watch that and see what she's up to. Thank you. Great nuggets and tips and pieces of information. Is there anything else you wanted to share?
Mainly from my heart to all of yours, I can't encourage you enough. I want to encourage you so deeply to dive in, to use what's available here, to share yourself, because really that is the hardest part of all this. Any one of us can polish a video till our heart's extent and then put something out that looks perfect. Share you. We want to know what's in here, so share you, because everybody else wants the same thing. None of us has a perfect life. Share you so that you can relate to those people that are feeling what you're feeling.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. All right, everyone. Go out there, do your post, hashtag, get it everywhere. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, wherever you can start diving into and be you. Share your life and your journey. People do want to hear from you. People do find you interesting, and people will watch you and engage because they like you already. Thank you so much, Tony. Have a beautiful day.
You too.